Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream. We should have the EZA details today since we didn't get them yesterday, and they should be out tomorrow. So EZA for STR Whis, Super EZA for LR Beerus and Whis. The details should be posted on the official Dokkan Twitter pages in just under 1 hour, 58 minutes from now. So it should be very interesting to see what we get from these guys. 1 stone behind you as a free-to-play player. Am I cooked? I mean, yeah, to be fair, I just used all the login stones from the Goku, Gohan and Goten Day thing to get to do a couple of multis on the Beerus banner. I need to do 1 more and then I can get the free one. But it depends how they're going to do the EZAs, because one's a sub EZA, the other one's a super EZA. So that means we're probably not going to be getting like a 30 stone EZA stage. I think LR Goku and Gohan will EZA too. There has to be an EZA event that gives stones, right, Akatsuki? I mean, please. That would be awesome. Yeah, I've wanted that unit to EZA for so long. '26 Dokkan has been real stingy with stones. I don't believe that that's actually the case, based on like if you total up everything. God Goku 1 multi, did rotation for Beerus, got 3 ultimate Gohans after buying him with coins. Oof. I know it's too late now, but that's always like the #1 advice is never spend coins or like exchange tickets or pity or like any, and never do any of that stuff until you know the 100% that you're done summoning. But yeah, if you're at 5 stones now and you're free to play, I would say just completely save everything until the GDC. Don't even worry about the TDC. Because the GDC will be when God Goku and Beerus come back. Yeah, Tank Rock has it going. Yeah, no, I would say there's no. I would say don't go like try and spend stones for Goku now. I'm trying to get 2 LR Goku and Gohan from Book of War. Yeah, the Book of War things, like, unfortunately, just none of those characters are particularly good anymore. So it's kind of it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to pick like the right unit from that thing because they're basically all bad. I mean, I say bad, but you know.
All right, let's do this.
Still have the 15 to 20 stages of Dokkan Frontier left. Yeah, to be fair, like I literally spent the first 10 on Kais. Like, I don't know what, because there's only 10 Kais, but you can get more of the actual books of war, so you can't even spend all of them on Kais. Physical God Goku could still potentially EZA. I don't think so. I think it's like, I think they're going to save that for when the Dragon Ball Super Beerus thing comes out. Because now that we've gotten a new God Goku and Beerus, we might not get a new units when the Dragon Ball Super Beerus thing comes out, but instead they'll just do the physical God Goku EZA and make him like insanely good.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, he's not on the banner as well, that's the thing. Although, yeah, the 21 thing was weird because she was on Vegeta's banner but then didn't EZA. Like, no units on Vegeta's banner EZA'd, so... I think the only thing is, like, the crossover banner is like a special... It's kind of different. It's like a special occasion type thing, so I don't know if we can necessarily say that, like, the rules change.
All right, let's do this.
Well, I mean, technically, if she didn't EZA in that celebration, then she did break the pattern, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's not something they'll go back to, or... No, she's from Sparking Zero. I don't think she was actually ever... Was she ever even in Heroes? So we get our dailies out of the way here. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I didn't do these. Yes. No, it is Monday today. Ooh. I thought I'd let these, like, roll back a whole extra day. Because, yeah, I forget you can only do these once a week. And if you forget to do them on, like, the day, then it gets pushed back another day every week. Hey, Dokkan, how's it going? What's the best team for the new God Goku if you don't have the new physical UI Goku and Vegeta? I guess it's probably still just Goku lead. I would probably run a friend UI Goku and Vegeta. So then it would just be a very sort of typical... Oh, no, I didn't take Beat off the team. He's fully link leveled. I guess it just depends on what other Realm of Gods characters you have. But in Super EZA Blue Vegeta as a support floating, you'd have the AGL God Goku, Int UI Goku, Tech Gods, STR Blue Goku from the GDC if you have them, Ultra Super Villain Vegeta if you have them, the new Beerus if you have them. The new upcoming EZA units need a Beerus. Well, we don't know because we don't know what they do yet. They might do. There's a Dokkan player named Pinwheel that's level 2000 and has sent me 6 friend requests and then removed me all 6 times. What? What? Yeah, that's very weird. With their currently existing kit, I think STR Whis has a... When there's a Beerus ally, he gives all allies support. But that's it. Like, it's nothing particularly... I'm trying to save all my... I had to cash them all in because I went all in for Ultra Super Villain Vegeta, but I'm trying to save up my Dragonstone ores until the GDC now. Then I can cash them in for like 100, over 100 stones. That would be quite good. Oh.
All right, let's do this.
I have a feeling that STR Beerus and Whis will be a top 5 LR contender. They certainly have potential. STR Blues will still be amazing when AGL Blue Boys EZA. I mean, they're going to age well because, like, the Goku is just a very good, like, dodging slot 1 character. STR LRB's Gohan EZA will be generational. I mean, yeah, it's the next anniversary, so obviously that's you know, like 8 months away, but it's gonna be pretty good. Since Beerus and Whis are a part of the Goten and Trunks group of LRs. Yeah, that is a good point, because the AGL Goten and Trunks, when they got their EZA, were like really, really good. Or their Super EZA. They might still be, I'm not sure, on that like youth Gohan, Goten, and Trunks team.
All right, let's do
But yeah,
this.
that's true. 8 months is, I guess, not. I guess it's not that far away, but. It's pretty long. Yeah, there's going to be, well, hopefully, be a decent amount of celebrations in that time. We'll see a GTA 6 live stream when it releases. I mean, I probably will get it, and yeah, I'll probably play it on the second channel.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I'll just go through the, get the dailies done here, do the weekly Battlefield reset run. And then, yeah, we should see the news in about 40 minutes. Going in today is my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Jade Rex. Let's get some happy birthdays for Jade Rex in the chat. I think, was it, I can't remember if Dre said, is it his birthday tomorrow? We've got a few, Another May baby. It's Little Blue's birthday on Thursday. It's got loads of birthdays this week. It's indeed tomorrow. Yeah, I thought that's what you said. Because I think, did you say it was like when the EZAs come out? Anyways, I'm off to sleep. Hey, no worries. Hope you have a good one. Or have had a good one. I don't know if you're, as you're going to sleep, is it the evening of the day of your birthday? Or is it...
Alright, let's do this.
So if you're going to sleep now. So if it's been your if it has been your birthday today, then I hope you had a good day. Hey, Forbidden Soul, how's it going? Updated the wheel today. Dokkan Challenge runs the pictures now. Ultra Super Villain Vegeta. Hey, let's go. Oh, yeah, I see. I guess technically it doesn't need any new categories, but obviously crossover is now actually a team. It's 3:22 AM. Okay. So it's technically now become the day of your birthday, but it's super early in the morning. Yeah, the EZA details will be in 37 minutes. Yeah, 37 minutes isn't necessarily very soon, that is true. Well, lots of people, lots of God's defenders coming out for that post about the supervillain Vegeta versus the gods. It does kind of show you the thing that we, I suppose, have always known, though, is that like just because something is something that people will argue about on Twitter, I made a video about it, talking about the comparison between the two, and it's not exactly done well. Running on 5%. China 8 team is the peak team, and we all know it. Well, it's had no buffs in quite a long time. I have done my full, yeah, okay. Oh, so the weekly one for this one is just clear any stage and you get the 8,000 battlefield memories. That's nice and easy. The triple in LR starting rotation. I think this might be over fairly quickly. LR AGL 6% for Vegeta. That's all you need. Got him Rainbow with God Skill. It's nice. Also, you had the Beerus and Goku win release in 2025. Wouldn't have been so underwhelmed with their damage. Sexy basically needed Rainbow to use them. I don't know about that. I know they get a huge like buff from the deeps because of how their percentage things work, but I've got Beerus at 55% and he's still pretty good. Oh yeah, I've seen the thing about them. I think they're on the private server that I use. Man, I'm so like, I mean, obviously we ended up getting the STR EZA Gohan, the STR LR Gohan instead, but like, they fumbled their EZA, like the Tech GoBros EZA so badly. Any new shows on Netflix I'm watching? No, I haven't started watching anything new for a while. I haven't watched any new anime for a while either. Nothing like that I've seen or that's even been like... I don't really follow news for it much anymore anyway, but like nothing has really jumped out at me as something that like looks good to watch. The only thing is obviously Steel Ball Run for JoJo, but they made the weird choice of making like one episode, and now there's not going to be another episode for like however many months or whatever it is. Stupid. I think that free-to-play Vegeta could get a super easy A since they seem to be revamping the event. Well, he doesn't even have a TUR awakening, so... So he's not... He might get a TUR awakening and an easy A, but... Yeah, I forgot about that Rooster anime thing. What's it called? But yeah, I've heard of RE0. It looks mid AF, but it doesn't look like something I'd be interested in anyway. Crazy damage from the GoBro's active skill. Oh boy. enjoyed the first 3 seasons of JoJo, the rest was meh. Nah, season like 4 and 5 are really good. 6 was okay. I didn't enjoy 6 as much as like 4 and 5, well, as any of the others. 6 might actually be my least favourite out of the 6, which I know is crazy because I know a lot of people really like it, but did I put all my Realm of Gods characters actually in my battlefield thing? No. Did I put all the crossover characters in there though, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. How sure are we get the EZA details today? 99%, because they should be coming out tomorrow. So it's almost certainty that they'll be today. Obviously with Dokkan you can never really say anything 100%, but yeah, almost completely certain that the details will be today. 26 minutes. In fact, Truth just posted a thing saying the content drops in 24-ish hours. We should be getting quite a few announcements in a bit here. Because, yeah, we should be getting the EZA details. We should get one of those things in the news that says, like, info on upcoming content. Because we know we're getting the thing for the free-to-play Vegeta story event. So, yeah, there should be a bunch of stuff in the news in, like, 25 minutes. So I've got the Dokkan page up ready. I had a crazy dream yesterday that Global Dokkan got the 6.1 update. Another bad dream of Dokkan in my list. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? With the thing I'm looking forward to is like finally being able to batch sell Rs and SRs after summons. Just being able to go, yep, get rid of all of those for me, thank you. Hey Phoenix, how's it going? Oh, Raven, sorry. How are you doing? Powerful comeback, Battle of Fate, Pure Science, accelerated battle. Oh, I realised when I said about, I thought he just meant like what's the best Realm of Gods team, like because you could use God Goku as the leader. But yeah, he's on a bunch of teams. Like you can run him on a really good Goku family team because his main passive is he just needs Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans on the team. So yeah, I was just thinking about like what's the best Realm of Gods team build without having. I didn't need to do that. I needed to get him anything other than physical in orbs. Man, I wish we had some slightly longer events where we could really see Mira like cook, because he's so good, but he just doesn't have like good events where he can really go like for a long time and stack and look like a crazy beast that he is. Eating some chicken strips and playing Pokemon Run Hack. Nice. Sounds chill. Oh yeah, let me get the second channel link in the chat. We're playing some more Resident Evil. new game mode later this evening. It's really fun, but really hard. But I finally managed to complete a run on difficulty 2. So now I have another one of the weird, like, pre-set builds that you can use. Almost products for Adam Buxton. Oh, nice. Yeah, that would be cool. Thanks. But yeah, obviously not festival, because we don't play that garbage in this house. Watch that one. Yeah. Yeah, sounds like one I want to see. Damn. Cheater with the big 93 million crit. LR Kefla, the game is saved. As long as she doesn't have any universe strict oh really? As long as she doesn't have any universe 6 restriction. Just make her restriction like either Power Beyond Super Saiyan or like Fused Fighters or something. Like was it wise for me to give a level 8 dodge and 12,000 defense gold equipped for Mira? Pretty good. I'm not sure what the last one was. This is that corner of the cafe thing again. The like the lo-fi stream channel that I radio stream when I listen to. It's the Dark Study and Metal Vibes playlist apparently. But yeah, I think I gave Mira like pretty good equips. I'm not sure what my one actually has. Oh yeah, I didn't have many good extreme physical ones left. I gave him the level 8 defense though. There's actually not anything to get with the battlefield memories of any real value. Oh, no, don't use those. How many stones could I get now? Right now, 15. I'm going to save those up. Like I say, save them up for GDC. Oh, they finally added... Well, I say finally. I don't know if these were here before. They added stuff to this. So I can get more Kais instead of the red stones that I'll never use for anything. Let's go. Yeah, I've still got all these random... So I finally get all the copies to Rainbow and Eraza. Who's a character that you don't like in the series but hope gets a new powerful card? Those have been there from the beginning. That shows how often I look at that page then, I guess, considering I don't need any of those things. And because I don't need Kais either, to be honest. I wonder if there's ever going to be any use for these ever again. I'm just holding on to them because the only thing I can get with them is Kais, which I don't need. So it kind of feels pointless to spend them. Starborn. EZA details should be in 17 minutes. But yeah, Beerus is good, but remember that the big thing is for Goku and Beerus is that they're going to come back for the GDC, which is like the next real big summon event that everyone should be waiting for, like, because it's going to be the return of the anniversary LRs. Yeah, like the GDC banners are going to be really, really good, I think. So you'll have the anniversary LRs, you'll have the new characters, you'll have this God Goku and Beerus. Should be pretty good. I want to test out this team, but with a blue Goku friend. Because I don't have him, so... It's got to be well rummy, right? No. Oh, he probably has Beerus set, actually, doesn't he? He likes Beerus more.
Let's do this.
Hey, I've got all 3 of my slot 1 characters on the first rotation. Let's go. My favourite. Let's do that, do that, do that. Waiting, I'm summoning on every banner. Toa and Mira are in the general pool now, so in theory you could pull them on the God Goku and Beerus banners. But yes, they're on every banner going forward now, just in the general pool. Yeah, Reaper, how's it going? Well, we're hopeful for the EZAs. I feel like Whis could be a really, really good support for the team. LR Beerus and Whis Super EZA hopefully is going to be just like an insane damage character. And they heal on both their super attacks, which is really cool. So I have a decent level of expectation for them. I pulled a Toa and Mira during my YOLO multi for God Goku, yeah. So it can be done. Summoning because summon points, of course. True. Yeah, I've got one more multi to do on Beerus to then get the free one, and that will give me enough summon points to get another summon ticket. Which I'm kind of hoping will give me Gamma 2 and Piccolo, because they're one of the only units I don't have. Will Whis EZA become the next STR Nappa? I mean, let's hope so. My biggest thing, we talked about this on the podcast on Saturday, but my biggest thing is that I hope that he supports all allies without there having to be a Beerus on rotation, because currently he only supports all allies if there's a Beerus. And obviously, like, if you don't have Beerus, then it means you just don't get to use him, like, properly. Let's see, will 55% Beerus tank this? I think on his first turn he does, because he's got the damage reduction on the first turn. No expectations of this EZA. Hopefully that means they'll be great. Yeah, true. I'm gonna have to move the chats over here in a minute so I can get ready for when the details drop. I can have them up on the main screen. So let's put that over there. That over there. Yeah, I actually quite like Beerus' super attack. I don't think it's like a crazy animation or anything, but I do like it. Alright, so that's that there. Ready? So we've got the Dokkan Twitter page up. We've got 11 minutes. Nice. Got Goku with the dodge. Yeah, Goku's one is just boring. Like, he's a god Goku. And his super attack is just like, he flies towards them and punches them. And in 2x speed, like, the counter that he does at the beginning, where he, like, blocks their punch, like, you can barely even see it. Got Goku taking some damage from Jiren. Oof. The idle animation is cool with the aura. At first I didn't like it because, like, he just kind of stands there and doesn't do anything. But the aura and, like, the clothes and hair, like, moving and stuff, I think is really cool. Yeah, Whis will probably still just be a dodge or die support character. But remember, when he's on rotation with Beerus, he gets extra buffs as well, like with the new Beerus. That's why I'm glad I pulled the new Beerus, because otherwise I'd have to wait and see if, like, the private server normally only gets updated now when big release data downloads happen. Like things like the EZAs apparently seem to take ages to go on to the one that I use now because I don't pay for it. I think it's kind of cheeky that some of the private servers have like a paid service and those ones get updated like straight away. So I just use the free version and have to wait for it to update. But yeah, like the crossover EZAs literally only got added when God Goku and Beerus came out, and they did that like big data download update. So fortunately I have Beerus, so then when it comes to showcasing Beerus and Whis and STR Whis, I have Beerus, so I can at least have the proper ally for them. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it at ×1, but I think Goku's looks worse because that like counter at the beginning, you just can't, like, you basically can't see it. All right, 8 minutes. But yeah, God Goku's definitely good. God Goku and Beerus are good. They're probably up there as being two of the best T-Wars. I feel like Beerus maybe is better. Yeah, base GT Vegeta. I can't think of a character that I don't like. It's kind of hard, I guess, to think of a character that I don't like but that I want to get a unit, because then I just wouldn't care when that unit comes out. Trying to think, like, yeah, base GT Vegeta would be kind of funny because, yeah, don't really care about GT nor the GT version of Vegeta. But yeah, the Vegeta that killed Nappa again, that would be kind of funny. Yeah, 6 minutes to go. But yeah, I think now that we've gotten these couple of extra buffs, I do feel like the Realm of Gods team, I think, might be my favourite team to run at the moment. Obviously, I love the crossover team, but man. Transforming Kaba, yeah. That would be interesting. Okay, should be GG. Yeah, the animation is him slapping Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta around. Oh yeah, there's that Peppy Gals banner that always comes out every year that has 2 new female characters. And they're never that good, so it's always like an easy skip banner. Oh, is it August? Okay, well, it's not that far then. I mean, it's quite far, not that soon, I have to say. Four minutes. Here's an important question for you guys then, in the chat. If one of them is going to be good and one of them is going to be bad, which one would you rather be the good one? Out of the STR Whis EZA and the STR Beerus and Whis Super EZA. Farsha was decent when she came out, but she kind of locked to like the very specific team, and she aged very quickly because her defense is just raw defense. Now, I thought she was kind of fun when she first released, but she aged very, very quickly. Yeah, I saw somebody post about that actually when they were analysing his like animations, is that yeah, he punches them up in the air and then all of a sudden the next part of the animation is him punching them straight forward on the ground again. Three minutes. Okay, so let's have a quick look at these guys before. They're not going to be on any other categories like that they both share other than Realm of Gods, are they? So the thing with Whis is that, yeah, he has a great chance to dodge. He gets extra defense within the turn every time he dodges. And then, yeah, he only supports all allies, attack 50%, when there's an ally whose name includes Beerus in the same turn. So this is the main part that I want them to get rid of, because if he only supports when there's a Beerus on the rotation, then if you didn't pull the new Beerus, then he's basically useless. Apart from being run with the Super EZA, obviously. Yeah, I guess I could have put him on Bond of Master and Disciple and Space Traveling Warriors. And then the Beerus and Whis, I mean, these guys obviously have very minimal passive at the moment as it is anyway. The biggest thing they need to change for these guys is that they get extra attack and defense and dodge chance after they get hit. So that means they have to take a hit and then they get defense, and dodge. So they need to have dodge, like, just in general. And then this needs to be, like, after receiving or dodging an attack, they get a buff and then, like, extra dodge or something. They probably need to have some kind of damage reduction or guard, even if it's conditional, even if it's, like, with Realm of Gods allies on the rotation or something. But, like, the thing that I said before that makes these guys stand out that will be really good is, remember, Super EZAs don't change the super attack effects, but their 12 key raises attack and defense and heals you 10%. And their 18 key greatly raises attack and defense and heals you 15%. So they already have really good super attack effects. So yeah, if they get any like additionals in their passive and stuff as well, like they're going to potentially be able to heal you so much in one turn. It'd be kind of crazy. Right, we're 1 minute away. So any minute now, EZA details should be dropping. We will take a look at those. I forget, does this character have the or dodge line for getting... Yeah, no, currently don't, but hopefully they do with the Super EZA, because they will be significantly worse if they don't. Alright, so they've posted the Whis one first. I've got to make sure I get all the pages up before. I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to read the details before we... before we do the video. So yeah, Whis EZA has been posted, and we just got to wait, because they'll obviously schedule the tweets. So the next one probably doesn't go up until 1 minute past. Although, is there in-game thing now as well? Yep. So, oh yeah, the Union Master stage, I forgot about that. Battlefield reset. Okay, so it's the full reset with different enemies. And then, yeah, limited time barbershop update. Missions that allow you to get the treasure item pudding will also be available. But what does that mean? What else are they? What are they doing? It doesn't say. Okay. All right, Beerus and Whis. Super EZA is there. Okay, is it just going to be those two things? I should get the news thing up here as well for Dokkan info. News. Information on upcoming content. I'm guessing the Union Master stage is probably going to be Realm of Gods, right? Because it's always a category thing, isn't it? Movie bosses. That just means they give extra support to the Beerus, right? Which is fine. They're giving support to other Realm of Gods characters, I think, right? I'm trying not to look at it before we record the video. So, I think that's it, right? They're not going to post anything else. Because it's just the EZA and the Super EZA and then the news on upcoming content. So that should be it. Alright, let's do it. Let's go through this stuff then, shall we? Right. Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so it is that time. We have the EZA details for STR Whis, the Super EZA details for LR Beerus and Whis, and then there is an in-game update for the upcoming content as well. Basically everything that we kind of already knew was coming. There's no major surprises. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the units. I haven't read the details before. As always, when I do these videos, I like them to be my genuine first thoughts and like first reaction, so I don't read the details before I record the video. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got STR Whis up first here. His leader skill goes up from, I think it's 130 to like 150, but the leader skill obviously isn't particularly important. We can already see here though from this first image that his super attack is going to greatly raise defense for 1 turn, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's take a look at his details here. So he currently basic effects, key +2 and attack and defense 250%. So it's a pretty decent stat jump right there. Great chance to evade enemy attack, which is 70%, and then 40% damage reduction. Okay. When attacking, he gets 250% attack and defense. Nice. For every attack evaded, he gets 100% defense and an extra 5% dodge within the turn. And then he infinitely gets an extra 50% attack up to 250. So once he's dodged 5 attacks, he has another 250% attack. That's pretty good. When there's an ally whose name includes Beerus attacking in the same turn, he gets an extra 2 key. He does a guaranteed additional super, and he gives all allies 70% attack for 2 turns. Okay. And then recovers 15% HP at the end of the turn. So that's very, very good. Because the thing I was concerned about with this guy is pre-EZA, he only supported allies with a Beerus on the rotation. And it seems like that is still the case now, that he is only giving the support when there's a Beerus in the turn. But the all allies attack 70% is for 2 turns. So that means if you have him on a rotation, if you only have like 1 Beerus on the team, because you either have the LR like Beerus and Whis because you didn't pull the new Beerus, or however it works out, he only has to be on the rotation with the Beerus that one time, and then he gives support to the next rotation as well. So that's pretty good. And then he recovers 15% HP at the end of the turn. When there's a Realm of Gods enemy, he gets an extra 10% dodge. I mean, obviously, just like with Beerus, this is kind of... there's not many fights that this really matters for. However, he does have, when there are no Realm of Gods enemies, which is usually the case in a lot of these events, he gets an extra 100% attack and defense. That's pretty good. After the enemy launches a super attack at the character, one time evades the enemy attack within the turn and performs a crit and launches an additional super for 4 turns. Oh, nice. Okay. So the very first time that this Whis gets super attacked, he automatically dodges it. And then he gets a guaranteed crit and a guaranteed additional super for the next 4 turns. This is actually huge for... there's a lot of these fights now where bosses are super attacking in slot 1. And sometimes it's the only attack that they do. So if you put this guy in slot 1 against like Bio Broly, for example, he'll automatically dodge the super the first time. And then you can keep him then after that as being a floating support character, and he has a guaranteed additional super and a guaranteed crit on like his next turn. So that's really, really good. The Realm of Gods enemy thing really doesn't matter, because the extra 10% chance to dodge is cool, but like when there's no Realm of Gods enemy, he gets a bunch of extra stats, and he's already got 70% dodge. Every time he dodges, it goes up by 5%. If it's a super, the very first time he automatically dodges it. So, but I mean, the thing is with this Whis is he was always going to be a floating support dodge or die character. So like, no one should be surprised about that. Like, they weren't going to turn him into like a crazy tank or anything. And like, he gets 250% extra defense when he attacks. He greatly raises defense on his super. So with the 40% damage reduction, there will be some scenarios where he won't die to normal attacks. He might take a lot of damage still from some of the tougher bosses, but in certain situations he's not going to get one shot by bosses normals. But yeah, he's a floating support character, so I think he's very, very good. 70% dodge. As soon as he dodges once, it goes up to 75%, then 80, and obviously this factors into that as well, the guaranteed dodge against the super. So if he dodges a super straight away, guaranteed, that then puts him up to 75% dodge chance straight away. So yeah, this is really, really good. I think he's very, very good. Very good support character. If you have the new Beerus, because you could run the Realm of Gods team now, you could have like Int Beerus on one rotation, and then have like Beerus and Whis. I guess you ideally want double Beeruses, but if you've got double Beerus and Beerus and Whis on the rotation, then this guy being a floating support character, this part of his passive is always going to be active because there's Beeruses on both rotations. So yeah, I think he's very, very good. The 2 turn attack 70% is a lot as well for 2 turns. And remember, like, characters like Physical UI doing their 18 key super gives everybody a buff as well. So like, the support on the Realm of Gods team is going to go pretty crazy. So I think this guy looks really, really good. The rest of his super attack effect, it was greatly raised for 1 turn. Supreme damage, greatly lowers attack and defense, and seals. So, I mean, in fights where you actually can use status effects, then I think that's very, very useful as well. So, yeah, STR Whis EZA seems very, very good. Kind of exactly what he's designed to do. He just works with a Beerus. He's a dodge support character. So, yeah, he seems very, very good. And hopefully, with all the stats that he gets on Super, the 40% damage reduction, like I say, there'll be some situations, especially against physical enemies, where he could at least tank a normal or two without getting immediately destroyed. And the first time he takes a Super, I mean, this is the thing, right? When people call support characters, when it's like, oh, they're dodge or die, it's like, yeah, that is usually how support characters kind of end up being. But most of the time, we're talking about, like, when they catch a Super in slot 3. And so the cool thing about this Whis is if you're just using him as a slot 3 floating character, if you do get a random turn where the boss supers him in slot 3, he automatically dodges the first super of the fight that he takes. And it's very rare that bosses like constantly super in slot 3. So I think he's going to be very, very good and very useful for the Realm of Gods team. Massive update considering how like minimal his passive was before. So yeah, I think he's very, very good. So now let's go ahead and look at the Super EZA for LR Beerus and Whis. Remember, their OG EZA, like, it was so long ago that they're, even for an EZA character, their passive is very, very minimal. So you can already see that the Super EZA passive is huge. So let's go ahead and break this down. So basic effects, key 7, attack and defense 250%. Then they have a high chance to crit and a high chance to dodge. They launch an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super. They have guard, okay. Realm of Gods allies attack and defense 20%, plus an additional attack and defense 20% for characters who also belong to movie bosses. Okay, so basically just extra support for Beerus. But they are still giving everybody else 20%, so that's good. And then, yeah, just extra support for Beerus, which is what we want to see, because, I mean, Beerus can go absolutely crazy. When attacking, attack 250%. 1 time only, damage reduction 50% and chance to evade 20% for 4 turns. Okay, so once they get their first attack off, because bear in mind they're probably not going to be a slot 1 character, but we haven't seen the rest of their kit, so who knows, but they were never a slot 1 unit before. So they're going to be attacking in slot 2 on their first turn, and then for the next, like for that turn, and then the next turn when they come back again, they have 50% damage reduction and their dodge is 70%, so that's pretty good. When attacking a super class enemy, all allies 2 key for 2 turns. When attacking an extreme class enemy, all allies get 10% crit chance for 2 turns. So that's interesting. Obviously, Realm of Gods, you can very much build the team now with just tons of LRs. So the key 2 is nice, but it's not something you need to have. And then the crit chance is nice as well. So they've got their abilities, whether it's a super or an extreme class enemy. I don't feel like that sort of make or breaks whether you would put them on the team or not. But it's a nice little extra handy thing. For every attack received or evaded, they get 70% attack and defense up to 210%. When there's another movie boss's ally attacking in the same turn, starting from the 5th turn, they get a scouter. I think this is because doesn't Beerus just have a scouter for 4 turns, the new Beerus? Let me just bring him up in my game here now. I think that's, yeah, that's to offset in Beerus having a scouter for 4 turns, I think. Where's his thing here? Where's the foresee enemy super attacks part of Beerus's passive? Because, yeah, I'm fairly sure Beerus has a scouter for 4 turns. Yeah, it's literally, yeah, foresees enemy super attack for 3 turns. So then starting from the 5th turn, because if it was turn 1, Beerus would have the scouter on turn 1 and turn 3. And then these guys would then have the scouter on turn 5. So, yeah, that's a permanent scouter. So basically, if you're running Int Beerus and these guys as a rotation, you just permanently have a scouter on that rotation. Because Int Beerus has it for the first 2 appearances, and then these guys have it from the next appearance onwards. So that's really good. And then obviously, yeah, each time they're dodging, they're getting extra stats. And then, of course, the rest of it goes off the bottom of the page. So we've got, if HP is 80% or less when attacking, they get an additional super. Which, bear in mind, super EZAs don't change the super attack effects. So I will mention that here in a minute, but they do heal on both of their supers. So if you're below 80%, them getting another guaranteed additional super, they're just going to heal you back to like full HP. And whenever HP is 90% or more at the end of a turn, damage reduction 20% up to 40%. Oh, okay. That's interesting. This is a thing that we haven't really seen before. So at the end of the turn, if you have 90% or more HP, they get a permanent 20% damage reduction. And that can happen twice, so they'll have 40%. So bear in mind, because they have this thing when attacking, they get 50% damage reduction for 4 turns. That means on the very first turn that they're on, as long as you're at 90% or more HP at the end of that turn, when they come back on that second turn, they're going to have 70% damage reduction. So, and bear in mind, they've also got guard. So yeah, these guys actually seem crazy good, because if like in the first turn that they're on, if you can get them to dodge or receive 3 attacks, that fully builds up this part of their passive. If they're on full HP at the end of the turn, well, 90% or more HP at the end of the turn, then yeah, the second time they come back, they've got 70% damage reduction and 70% chance to dodge. Because bear in mind, you'll never be able to get this 40% and they're starting 50% at the same time, because 2 turns have to pass for you to get this last thing to build up to 40%. So then turn 1, for example, they attack, they get 50% damage reduction. Then at the end of the turn, they get 20. So the next time they appear, they'll be on 70. Then if you're at 90% at the end of the turn, they get the extra 20, but then when they come back again, this when attacking part of their passive for 4 turns will have run out. So they'll still have 40% and guard. So by the time they get to like turn 5 or 6, they've still got 40% damage reduction and guard. So I think that is very good. So bear in mind, like I say, they don't show the super attack effects on a Super EZA update because they don't change. So I can read them out from in-game. Their 12 key super is raise attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage to the enemy and recovers 10% HP. And their 18 key super is greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal and recovers 15% HP. So bear in mind, if you start the turn at 80% or less HP, or not even start the turn. So let's say the unit in slot 1 takes a big hit and you drop to like 40% HP. They then get a guaranteed additional super. They could potentially heal you so much off of all their super attacks that then you still have 90% HP at the end of the turn and they still get their buff to proc. So that's really, really good. I think they're very well designed here. And obviously together with like Beerus and Whis, they're going to be getting the, with the STR Whis, they're going to be getting an extra 70% attack. I don't think, do Beerus and Whis count as a movie boss's character? I guess they must do, right? Because they have the movie boss's support and stuff in their passive, yeah. So if we look at STR Whis again, so Beerus in the rotation, 2 key is for him. Yeah, it's just all allies 70%. And then he recovers HP at the end of the turn as well. So yeah, really, really good. So yeah, both of these guys seem super good. Whis is definitely not mid. Whis is exactly what I expected Whis to be. He's a floating support character that essentially relies on dodge, but the damage reduction should hopefully help him if he does have to take like a normal. But the fact that they built in the fact that he can auto dodge the first super that he would take just gives him even more protection as a slot 3 floating character. So bearing in mind, if you consider, when you compare him to like other floating slot 3 support units, like I think Whis is very, very good and like very well designed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the very quick, like we got the news info thing here, the update from Dokkan Info. So upcoming content, we've got Union Master, which is obviously one of these events where there's always 2 stages, because the stage 17 will be the easy version and stage 18 will be the tougher version where it's all the same enemies. You have to use the same category. I assume it will be Realm of Gods. We also have an upcoming battlefield reset, but this is a proper battlefield reset after the Xenoverse one goes away, because the enemy types will be different. Actually, no, it's just types. So it's not a proper reset. So it'll still go back to the same enemies that it was before the Xenoverse one, but the typings of the enemies will be different. And then we have the limited time barbershop update. So we talked about this in the video yesterday. So the shop is being updated. Missions that let you get extra pudding items will be available. and the stuff that's in the shop will be updated, but we still don't know what that is exactly. So I'm still hoping that we're going to get some kind of medals for the free-to-play Vegeta to awaken, the free-to-play AGL Vegeta and Bulma. But yeah, other than that, we don't really know like what else is going to be added into the shop. But once we get the data download, which I'm assuming the data download is now just going to be early tomorrow morning before the content actually comes out, because all the stuff should come out tomorrow, but we haven't had the data download yet. So not entirely sure when the data download will be, but obviously that will confirm what the category stage is and whether or not like this free-to-play unit is getting an EZA and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I will make a community response post over on the YouTube tab for you to let me know all your thoughts on Beerus and Whis and STR Whis for a video later on today. So do go check out that post and leave your thoughts over there if you want to be in the video. But for now, let me know what you think of all the upcoming content. Are you looking forward to running these guys on Realm of Gods? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. All right, there we go. So let me upload this quickly. But yeah, they don't show the super attack details, but I read them out from the normal version of the card. So let's take a look at our boys here then, shall we? Because STR Whis, I mean, obviously STR Whis has always just been a full dodge character. I mean, you can see the build that I've given him here. Although apparently I gave him like crit and additional in his thing before for some reason. But he's not on the team to do damage, so like additional is fine, so he can get another greatly raise on his thing. Wow, I can't believe I gave him crit back in the day. That's crazy. Unfortunately, I had a bunch of spare copies, so... But yeah, he's going to be all about the dodge, so... All these ones that can be changed to dodge, I probably should just change to dodge. Like, him getting an additional super will be cool, because he greatly raises his defense again, but he is basically just going to be relying on dodge. Now, he's absolutely mid. He'll be fine in all difficult content as long as it doesn't disable dodge. I mean, literally, I guess it depends. Like, if you just hate all floating support characters, then I can understand you not liking Whis. But in terms of how floating support characters always work, I think he's really good. So, oh, that Super STR one, that's going to go pretty good on the LR. Okay. Maybe let's do them first so I don't accidentally use like really good skill orbs. Hey Tala, how's it going? But yeah, like Whis is absolutely not mid. Whis is great. He'll be perfectly fine in the meta on the Realm of Gods team. Like, right, so what's the... so LR, Beerus and Whis plus STR Whis. That's LR, Beerus and Whis Super EZA and STR Whis EZA details. Dokkan cooked. Unfortunately, I made a thumbnail yesterday when we thought the details were going to come out. No, he's absolutely not mid. Like, I mean, I think that's from all the other stuff I was saying. I don't know if I misspoke slightly then. But yeah, like if you think all floating support characters are mid, then fair enough. to say that he's mid, but he definitely isn't. I don't know why people expect, like, characters that were already floating support characters are not going to be, like, giga tanks when they get an EZA. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm not sure what people expected from Whis, but yeah, the fact that any, like, think of any other floating support character that is dodge or die when it comes to getting hit with a super, but who has, the first time it's a super, they just dodge it automatically. Like, that's super, super good. I really am a big fan of that. So hopefully we see that more. I mean, yeah, they might as well have that, I guess. That's a movie bosses one. Interesting. Yeah, Tala. Yeah, I think they're both really good. Oh, I don't have a good Super STR one, apparently. Although, again, I gave these guys, like, way too much crit, I think. They have a high chance to crit in their passive anyway. Okay, I have no spare copies of them. Ugh. Well, I'm not changing their hidden potential with stones, so... I mean, I guess they don't necessarily need a crazy amount of dodge, but I do kind of wish... Well, what's their additional? 23. They have an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super. They get a guaranteed additional super if your HP is low. So maybe I don't need their gold skill orb to be additional as well. I have a level 7 dodge I could give them. Yeah, as long as, like, if the boss is going to super in slot 1, you could just put Whis in slot 1. Whis, the last line of Whis' passive is, after an enemy launches a super attack, evades enemy attacks within the turn and performs a crit and launches an additional super. Oh! Yeah, no, that's guaranteed dodge for 4 turns. Yeah, so the first time Whis gets supered, he then has guaranteed dodge for 4 turns. Okay. I'm now formally accepting everyone who called him mid's written apologies in the chat. As soon as he dodges a super, he has guaranteed dodge for 4 turns against all attacks. Okay. It only happens 1 time, but it activates for 4 turns. So the first time he dodges a super, let me bring it up here again so you can see it. Yeah, so after the enemy launches a super attack at the character, 1 time only this will trigger, evades enemy attacks within the turn and performs a critical hit and launches an additional super attack for 4 turns. So, because there's no comma anywhere within that, that means the evade enemies attacks, the guaranteed crit, and the guaranteed additional super, all of those are for 4 turns. So as soon as he dodges his first super, because it says within the turn, but for 4 turns, right? Because it says within the turn, but then it says for 4 turns. So then on his next turn, his passive still says dodges within the turn, right? Surely there should be a comma if it's... Is it not within the turn for 4 turns, though? I don't know. Maybe true. There should be a comma otherwise, but... Good old Dokkan and their confusingly written passives. Yeah, I wish I had spare copies of these guys, because I don't really like the fact that they have crit. They're not a red stone. That'd be way too good. They're not a red stone character, are they? Or maybe they are. They're super old. You'd think they would be on here. Oh, I guess these are for characters that have... Well, no, because they have an EZA. Like, these guys are literally on here, so why are Beerus and Whis not on here? Bruh. Why are Beerus and Whis not on here? I could get some extra copies of Beerus and Whis to change my hidden potential. Yeah, I don't know why they're not using the icons properly for these descriptions, yeah. It's 4 turns for the crit and additional super. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Within the turn for 4 turns is a bit confusing. But the way it sounds like to me is his passive activates, like that line, the way I read it is that line of his passive activates for 4 turns. And that line says dodge attacks within the turn. So I would assume it means that he dodges attacks within the turn on the next turn as well. But then I guess you don't need to say within the turn because you can't dodge attacks on a turn that you're not on. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but... Oh, hang on. Let's go back to this. So we've done these guys, sort of. Like I say, I wish I could change their... I wish I could change their hidden potential things, but I'm not spending stones to do it, so... Oh, hang on. No, I thought I absolutely had spare copies of these guys. Did I really not keep any copies of the STR Beerus? Well, obviously not, because he would be here if I did. Crazy. I never kept any copies of him. That's wild. Okay, so... Fair enough. Right, so go back to Whis. Oh yeah, I didn't put the let's put the link in the chat. Yeah, they remove them when the units get EZAs and super EZAs. Yeah, because they know people want to get copies of them. That is true. Right, well, either way, regardless of whether it's 4 turns for the dodge, I still think he's really good. So, but there's the link to the video, even though you guys, obviously, for most of you were here when we recorded it. But open up the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know you came over from the stream. All of that stuff helps out with the YouTube algorithm if it gets a bunch of views nice and quick. So... helps me out and helps out the channel if you go and open up the video, even if you were here when we recorded it. So I think we are good here for most of this stuff. I probably won't change that. There you go. I've got a super STR level 5 dodge. I kind of, do I want to keep that, or do I just want to give him more dodge? Do I want him to have 3 defense and then it only gives him, well, it's 3 dodge and level 2 defense, or level 7 dodge. I mean, realistically, I feel like the 2 defense isn't going to make any difference when it comes to... Like, if he's getting supered and he's already dodged a super, he's going to die to it regardless of whether he has an extra level 2 defense. So, probably should just give him that. Does he have any additional in his passive? I can't remember. Oh, only when he gets that dodge thing, he has a guaranteed additional. Oh, and he has an additional when there's a Beerus. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't need to have a ton of additional in the hidden potential. I want him to have a little bit so you can get an additional attack off or 2, but that'll be a 24% chance, which will trigger twice. So that should be fine. And then he's got a separate 23% chance to dodge on top of... Because otherwise I'd have to change... Yeah, exactly. He's dodge or die against... And if an attack is going to kill him in a turn, he's going to die regardless of whether he has that extra level 2 defense or not. Okay, so there we go. So that's them. That's both their hidden potentials. I wouldn't say that this Beerus and Whis hidden potential is good, because I would get rid of all of the crit, but I'm not spending 5 stones to change their hidden potential nodes. So I have to wait to see if I get any copies of them in the future, but yeah, the EZAs and stuff are out tomorrow. We don't know the time. I think EZAs recently have been coming out at like 5 o'clock or something, but I am streaming tomorrow, so basically what we'll do is I'll wake up, as I always do, I wake up a little bit before the stream starts. If the EZAs are out already, I'll just start farming them on my phone, like before the stream starts. And then on the stream, we'll be able to test them out, as well as start doing like the new content and stuff. Yeah, the video's uploaded. There's the link again, if you want to click on it. But yeah, that I still think that guaranteed dodge against the once he takes 1 super, I think is really, really good, because putting him in slot 1 against like Bio Broly or something. Thing is, I keep seeing people are talking about like using AGL Champa on the team with Beerus, but like I just don't think he's that good. I wonder how true that is. Apparently there's been a Capcom like leak that Resident Evil 1, 0 and Code Veronica are all being remade. Because obviously the original Resident Evil 1 remake was still a fixed camera tank controls. It was just remade with better graphics and stuff. I don't know how, like, because one of the things about Resident Evil 1 that makes it so good is the fact that the mansion is like this claustrophobic, like clunky sort of like, you know, that's what makes it scary, is there could be zombies like round the next corner and you can't really see them. Whereas if you make Resident Evil 1, or remake Resident Evil 1, but with like the normal Resident Evil remake engine, I feel like it'd be way too easy. I don't know. Yeah, it's not that hard to add an extra bullet point to avoid any confusion. They don't even need to add extra icons. Like literally, it could be one line, like his thing, it should say after he receives a super attack, and then it could be one bullet point with the one icon, evades attacks within the turns, and then another bullet point with the one icon that says guaranteed crit an additional super for 4 turns. And then because they're 2 separate things, it would be really obvious that they're separate, but because of the way it's worded, it's slightly confusing. Yeah, so for me, I wonder if like, is the best team going to be with Beerus leads? Because that's the thing, is if you're running Beerus leads, then you get the ability to have a Beerus on every rotation. And you can still have UI as like the slot 1. So you'd have like Beerus, and then, I mean, I guess we might as well put them on next so that the team looks cool in the team screen. So we'd have Beerus, Whis, Beerus and Whis. And then UI Goku. I don't have God Goku, otherwise you'd probably use God Goku. This guy, and then Vegeta for the support. Because then the floaters would be Whis, Beerus and Whis, and Vegeta. Unless you try and use them on rotation, I guess. I mean, we can't. It's annoying because we obviously can't test them out because, obviously they would just die because they don't have their EZAs yet. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Does it show the medals on the tweet? I should have looked at that properly for the video. I didn't even think of that. So yeah, Beerus, Whis needs the EZA medals for physical Beerus. Now the thing is, you could pre-farm those now, but I feel like they'll add missions, and then obviously Beerus and Whis get their own Super EZA event. So the only downside to that is that we're basically not going to get any stones, because you have to re-farm an old EZA for Whis, and then for Beerus and Whis they're just going to have their own Super EZA event thing. But yeah, Vasco will be, yeah, well, Rami, of course.
All right, let's do this.
It'd be great if Dokkan gave us EZA prototype friends, you know, the ones that have special, so we could test them out before they drop. That would be interesting, but unfortunately a lot of the EZA characters like don't have good leader skills. So like that Beerus and Whis, you could test them out with their EZA, but because their leader skill is so low. Oh wow, we got this starting rotation. So like imagine this rotation when they get the EZAs and everything, right? Because Whis is going to be giving 70% attack for 2 turns. These guys are going to be giving Beerus like 40% attack and defense. Unfortunately, the way it stands currently, we're probably just going to get killed here because... I mean, Beerus is giving them support, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get an EZA banner. That's the weird thing, is normally they make it so that when these characters get EZAs, there's a way to be able to get them. So, I'm not really sure. Because the fact they're not available with the red stone either. I'm trusting that 40%. 10 million attack stat for Beerus and Whis. Let's go. Look at that damage. I mean, we don't need to see Whis' defense. This is pre-EZA, so obviously his defense is going to be super low. I'm not really sure what that has to do with anything. Yeah, I saw somebody comment the other day actually saying part 2 LR Rage Vegeta, and oh boy. But please, but also please no, because I've got no stones. Dokkan Day looking nice right now to start link leveling these characters. That's true. Dokkan Day is on Friday, the 15th will be Dokkan Day. So, although I think they're these guys, because I've link leveled all my old characters. I basically link leveled every LR as like the first thing I did when it came to link leveling. Yeah, no, we just got the details, but the EZAs are out tomorrow. I just thought it'd be funny to like jump into the event like with them on the team, but obviously they're Beerus and Whis taking 1.7 million damage from a normal attack. But I mean, that's because their EZA came out what, like 3 years ago, something like that. I can't even remember now. So yeah, their EZA is very, very old and bad, but That's why they're getting a Super EZA, and the Super EZA looks pretty good. So good old Scouter Beerus. Yeah, I like the design of like the Beerus and Whis having a Scouter that like takes over from the Beerus Scouter. So if you have Int Beerus and STR Beerus and Whis together, then you just have a Scouter permanently every single turn for their rotation, which is cool. Oh yeah, let me make the yeah, Proton posted a thing to clarify, like his thing to say. Phase enemy attacks within the turn, that one turn, performs a crit and launches additional for 4 turns. They should use the bullet points properly to avoid any interpretation. So yeah, I'll retweet that. But yeah, let me make the post for people to reply to for the video for later. So create post. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, imagine if the Part 2 LR was a Rage Regia. That would be crazy. Okay, so right, well, I'll put the link in the chat. So here's the post. The post is up. So here's the post if you want to go and comment on it right now. Post it in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already. Be a part of the community. Right, so let's post this in here. So comment on this YouTube post to be in the video. There's an EZA space that I assume goes to STR Whis, and STR Beerus and Whis just goes after the Xenoverse EZAs. Yeah, the new mode is fun. It's also really hard. I'm going to be playing some more of it on the second channel later, but yeah, it's really hard. The third thing you can get, the stupid, like, I don't like the fact that all the cosmetic things all look really stupid, but the one where he has, like, I've unlocked the third one because we've got the wolf one, and now I've got the third one where he has, like, the car on his head. Has, like, a car hat. But that build is actually really, really good. It has a sort of like Bloodborne type thing where it's like when you take damage, you have a few seconds where if you do damage back to the enemy, you heal yourself. So as long as you have like a decent shotgun, it means if you get grabbed by an enemy, then you push them off, and then you shotgun them, you just get all of your health back. So that should be quite interesting. But then I managed to get as far as like Super Tyrant and then got killed. So I've still got to try and find all the doors. That's one of the in-game, like the challenge things, is to use all of the doors to go to the different like zones. How many AGL Zangia do I have? Probably none. Isn't she an SR? Because like I don't really keep SRs. Yeah, there you go. None. I need this, we need this batch cell SR's thing to come to the game already. Like I use the SR, I use the R's for training fodder sometimes. Like when you just click auto and it puts in all the R's that you just pulled from the summons into like the training thing. I do that, but oh, no, hang on. I don't want to sell the old DB Saga ones because you can't really get them anymore. I kept all those Ox King like random SRs as well in case he ever got like an awakening, and then he never did. Wait, do I do have an SSR Minosha. Oh, I guess if he just awakens to an SSR, he doesn't have hidden potential, does he? So there's no point having the extra copies of him. Yeah, so I have the one that is at SA10. Shout out to Bringer. AGL Boo. I got cooked by Hunk in rank 3. This wasn't gaming properly. Right, which AGL Boo? Was it the manga one by any chance? When did those units come out? Did this one? There was so many random SSRs as well. Weird. Oh, you mean Oob? Surely he's on margin power, right? Surely he's on margin power, no? How is he not on margin power? I'm not sure, is he even available from anywhere? Because he's so old. He was from that back in the day when you could only awaken characters in, like, stages. So it's got, like, the stars and everything. Because I didn't, obviously, apparently didn't have a Kobito Kai medal at the time. But I genuinely have no idea where this guy comes from.
All right, time for some training.
Like, you genuinely might not even be able to get him anymore.
All right, time for some training.
Rare gems no longer available. Well, he doesn't have hidden potential anyway because he's only an SSR, so he can't. Fortunately, the fact that I don't have extra copies of him, he can't be made rainbow or anything anyway. So. But yeah, I definitely don't remember him being a thing. So yeah, it must have been from some point way back in the day. Because I've been playing it in terms of like religiously playing it every day since AGL Super Vegito came out. So, which on global, let me check when that was. It was AGL Vegito and Physical Broly, they came out on the same banner. November 2016. Yeah, I've been playing this November 2016. Like, in terms of daily. And I actually was playing it a little bit before that. But then my phone broke, and when I got a new phone, I didn't re-download Dokkan straight away. So there was about a month or so that I didn't play it. And then I re-downloaded it, recaptured my account, and it was literally when AGL Super Vegito and Physical Broly came out. So I remember summoning for them because I got both of them in like a couple of hundred. So like however many stones I had on my account when I recaptured it, because I didn't spend money on the game when I first played it. So I only had like a couple of hundred stones, and yeah, I managed to pull both Super Vegito and Broly. Like my luck was crazy at the beginning, to the point where, like, because I'd never played a gacha game before, so I didn't realize, like, you know, the future suffering that would potentially happen. Like, I was just, every new banner that came out, like, after these guys, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks came out, and I think I pulled him on, like, the second or third multi. So I still had, even back then, even, like, as a newbie to gacha games, I was just getting super lucky. So it wasn't until STR Omega came out, because these are all the different 70% leaders, right? So it was only when STR Omega came out, that was the first time where I used all of my stones and then was like, oh, I didn't pull the character. So yeah, but I've heard stories of that happening for a lot of people, where it's like people make a new account. Like my friend Jake from work, like who's been on some of the streams on the second channel, I got him into it around the second anniversary. He downloaded it and got insane luck, because I got mega shafted on the second anniversary and didn't get either of the Super Saiyan 4s, and he got like super lucky, got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta multiple times and Super Vegito, because I think he was on the banner, so he had like a super good Super AGL team. And then years later he got his girlfriend to download it, and like he got really bad luck for, I think it was around the time Physical Ulma Gohan and Tech Piccolo came out. He had really bad luck and she got insane luck. So I've just heard all these, like, every time someone gets, like, every time you've got like a new player that you know, if you're a long-term player, it seems like new players always get like insane luck for a certain amount of time. Because Because I can't imagine that. Like, imagine like someone telling you about Dokkan, you download it, you farm a bunch of stuff, like you finish the quest mode, you farm like, you know, a good few hundred stones or whatever, and then you summon on whatever the new banner is, like say Beerus and God Goku, and like you just don't get either of them, and you use all your stones and you don't get like anything good. Like, I can't imagine how many people would like keep playing the game if that happened to them. Like, I can imagine there's probably a lot of people that would not continue to play the game if that happened. Yeah, someone pointed as well in the comments of the video, they have the connoisseur link, which is a healing at the start of turn. Like, as soon as that link is active, you heal. So, man, yeah, the Realm of Gods team is just so good. And it's just going to be even better, like, because yeah, this Beerus like build of it is going to be super fun. I still think it probably is better, even if you use a Beerus friend, so you have two Beeruses, it probably is better to have UI Goku as your leader, because then because I think this guy doesn't get the full leader skill from Beerus. Yeah, because the Vegeta's not on Legendary Existence. Actually, no, he is on Siblings Bond, I think. Yeah, Dragon Ball Super Vegetas are on Siblings Bond. So actually, to be fair, everyone gets the full leader skill regardless anyway, but might as well have UI Goku as the leader, since he gives the full 220 to everyone without any sort of... I mean, Beerus, it doesn't matter because Beerus does as well, but Goku just straight up does Realm of Gods 220. But I suppose it looks more fun for the team to have it like that. And at least it will duplicate my leader if it can't find any, which of course at the moment it will, because people will be having Beerus set as their leader. Right, well anyway, so that's time. So we are going to end the stream here. I'm very happy with the EZA details. I think they're very, very good. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts over on the community tab post. I'll put the link in the chat again here. Put your comments on this post in particular, and I will read those comments for the community response video a little bit later on today. So yeah, that's going to be it from me. I appreciate you all coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the second channel. We're playing some more Resident Evil later. I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.